Hello, dear friends. Welcome to another study of one of the articles of the Spiritist magazine. I'm Shane Martin from the Spirit Society of Richmond, and it's a pleasure to be here at Kardec Radio talking about the Spiritist magazine. As we like to remind everybody, you can access all of the issues and content of the magazine by going to spiritistmagazine.org. There, you'll also be able to download a version of the PDF of the magazine for whatever issue you would like to read. You can find the links to the apps on your Androids or Apple devices. You can find a link to the Facebook page of the magazine, and you can also find the story of the magazine about us or a contact form in case you would like to donate or you would like to volunteer your talent for the continuation of the Spiritist magazine. Every week, we come together and study one of the articles from one of the issues of the magazine. And today's issue is issue 11. And the article is titled 10 Commandments for, let's go get the correct title because we want to make sure 10 Commandments for Self-Improvement. We like to put it up on the screen. Probably hear me typing. Let's place also the author, which is Andrea Luiz, through the medium Chico Xavier. And of course, his name is Francisco Cândido Xavier. But we will, for brevity on the title, we will use the way we know him as Chico Xavier, right? So here we are, 10 Commandments for Self-Improvement. And the issue of the magazine is issue 11, which is an issue published back in 2011. All right, let's make sure the audio is correct, the camera is correct. Everything seems to be working to make sure we can leave this for you, for prosperity and posterity, and for also those who are watching live with me. 10 Commandments for Self-Improvement. So, dear friends, how are we in terms of working for our improvement in a daily life? Andrea Luiz, not only Andrea Luiz, but all the good spirits constantly remind us that it's important for us to work on ourselves in order to become a better person, to acquire spiritual habits and spiritual aptitudes and characteristics that will lead us to progress over time. We use the teachings of Spiritism to improve ourselves, and it goes hand in hand because the Spiritist science is complementary. It goes hand in hand with the teachings of the Spirit's book, Question and Answer 919, where the Spirits tell us that self-knowledge is what we need to overcome pride and selfishness, which is one of the ills we currently carry in abundance in the world of trials and expiations undergoing planetary transition. Coincidentally or not, because we know there's no coincidence, the Spirits planned for us to talk about planetary transition. That's the cover of the magazine for today. So it's was published in June 2011. So it's been quite at least a decade. And as always, we have many beautiful messages, a letter from the editor. And if you scroll down a few articles, you will be able to see. And there's also an interview with Divaldo Franco, specifically talking about planetary transition. These good spirits are so good to us that they foresee our needs and they warn us ahead of time. The planetary transition is also mentioned in Kardec's books. Of course, we have the Gospel According to Spiritism, the chapter talking about the different worlds. We have posthumous works where Kardec reminds us what is going to happen with the current Planetary Transition, and the posthumous works book was published in the late 1800s. So there's no surprise, it's just for us to pay attention to what's going on. But today we're going to be talking about 10 commandments for self-improvement. This message was psychographed by the medium Francisco Cândido Xavier. Our eternal gratitude to him and the superior spirits who bring to you and I the teachings of Spiritism so beautifully in all the 400 plus books. If we were to read them all, probably there wouldn't be enough time on this lifetime. We have to make sure that we understand the works of Kardec and then the work of the good spirits before we think about innovating and doing something different. So the book is Ideal Espírita, which would be Spiritist Ideal. And as I said, by the Spirit André Luiz through the mediumship of Francisco Cândido Xavier. So let's make sure, because we may have new people joining us every week, so they understand when I say by André Luiz. André Luiz is the spirit, and the medium is Francisco Cândido Xavier, and this, as André Luiz is giving us this message. We also want to make sure that we mention that this is the Spiritist magazine, issue 11. So now we're going to put it on the screen. If people come after, they know what we're talking about, because sharing is caring. We always want to make sure that we... Okay, so let's go ahead and say text selection. So here's what we have for these teachings. Okay, good. So number 1, decrease your needs and increase your concessions. In a world that is so materialistic and so consumeristic, are we decreasing our needs, or are we constantly going with the flow of thinking that I need more, I need better, I need bigger? Can we work on contentment? Can I be content with what I have and be grateful to God and, of course, the superior spirits who guide us throughout this life? Everything that you and I have are concession from God. So everything that all the needs, our needs really are just basic, especially in the USA. We have potable water, we have safe roads, we have a house, we have a job to meet our needs, groceries. So a lot of us have our 4 walls covered in terms of needs. So can I decrease my need? A bigger car, a bigger house, brand name stuff, those are not needs. Those are wants. What we need is a place to live. What we need is clothes to clothe the physical body. You get what I'm saying? So the first one here is decrease your needs and increase your concerns. Because when I decrease my need, when I have less, so when I'm content with the equipment, for example, that I have here on the center to bring these teachings to you, or to provide classes for the children, or in the main meeting room that we have, instead of thinking, what is the next camera? Can I add more? What is the lighting? If I can be content with what I have while yet delivering high quality content in Spiritism that is based on Spiritist science, that is based on Kardec's codification, then more resources will be saved. I'll be able to run the center longer, and I'll be able to donate to the nursing home work we do here in Richmond, or to the food drive we do in Richmond. So that's one example of how we can decrease our needs. Now let's bring it to our daily lives. How are your needs? Can we pick a pen or pencil and write down what we need? And then it also helps with gratitude. Next one, intensify your work and reduce the share of wasted time. Very important. Are we using the minutes that are left in this lifetime wisely? In the book Spiritist Conduct, there is one chapter of the book by André Luiz through the medium Valdo Vieira, which is about time, the preciousness of time. So how many minutes do you have in your lifetime? We may not know. Some people do know more or less how long they have left. But if you're not privy to that information, then we have to treat every minute, every blessed minute as an opportunity to grow and to work. We waste a lot of time. This is one way we waste a lot of time. Why are you watching this with me, which is not a waste of time by no means? There are a lot of times in our day that we're just browsing, we're just looking into other people's lives, curated life, just one small window in their lives where they don't share difficulties, where everything is rosy and beautiful and organized and clean, and our lives are messy. So not only we waste time, but research shows that for every minute you spend on social media, your mental health decreases, your mental health quality decreases. So we feel more depressed, we can't help but compare ourselves with one another. So, how are we intensifying our work? Am I going to the center more often? Am I donating some of the resources that I have to maintain it? Can I volunteer with the group? And can I reduce the share of wasted time in our lives, which is something that we all can work on? Elevate our ideas and repress our impulses. When we go from remembering our previous experiences in other kingdoms, there was a lot of impulse. Do I react? Do I get angry? Do I immediately feel victimized? Can I elevate my idea? Can I look at the person I don't like and see them as a child of God? Can I look at someone who comes to receive help as a friend, as a brother or sister in need? Can I see my family members, my loved ones, as the potential for superior spirit as they are? We're all growing and learning together. Can I see the good? Can I visualize the good? Can I feel the good and mold the good, as Emmanuel says in the book Fire and Life? Release the present individual in you towards Jesus and imprison the one of the past that still lives on in you. So we are a combination of our previous lives and this life, and the choices we've made, and the sowing we did, and the reaping we're doing today. So can we release ourselves of our impulses, elevating our ideas and growing towards Christ? So when you go to the book Good News, when you go to the book um, Jesus in the Home, can we start watching and noticing how Jesus acts, how Jesus talks, what he did, so that we can elevate and release ourselves towards that growth? Watch your attitude and understand the attitude of others. So, do we really think that everybody is out there to get us? They cut us in traffic for a reason. They cut in line. They want to take advantage of things. Is it all about us? Every one of us is going around, for the most part, thinking about our own belly buttons. We think it's about us, like children, right? We haven't fully grown. So can we watch our attitude? Am I entering a room with joy? Am I using wise words? Am I saying something that is true? Am I expressing myself well? Am I leaving this spiritual imprint anywhere I go to promote goodness in others? And when someone is less kind to us, can we be understanding? Can we be indulgent toward others' offenses, which is what we see in the law of love, justice, and charity in Lisper's book, right? Persevere in noble study, recognize life and the sacred is the in this excuse me, recognize in life the sacred school to ascend to God. So this lifetime is so blessed. Took us so long to be here, so much planning, so many good spirits by our side. Can we spend time studying, or are we wasting again our time with activities that are less elevated? We never see in any of the books of André Luiz the mentors who guide the expeditions, who are helping us in the physical realm waste their time. They're really precise, they arrive on time, they prepare, they obey God's laws, and that's what we want to address. Judge yourself and forgive indiscriminately. So are we forgiving ourselves for what we were, and understanding and accepting this is where I am. These are the things I have to work on. And I need to forgive myself, forgive others, forget the past, Because when we don't forgive, we are keeping ourselves imprisoned to the snapshot of an action that someone did maybe decades ago. How many people do we know that studies to hold grudges towards something that happened 20 years ago that someone did to them? So we need to forgive, forgive, forgive. The Master forgave us because we didn't know what we were doing. So we need to be forgiving as well. Speak with humility and listening intently. Very not rewarded in this society of ours. It's all about being alpha, getting going. Even the language we say, let's go kill it. No, we don't want to kill anything. We want to conquer. We use the words conquer. We use the words that are unkind to the animals in the animals and the plants. We need to speak with humility, knowing where we are. That doesn't mean we are um, a doormat for folks. We're allowing people to mistreat us, and I'm not showing my accomplice and proud of my accomplishes. That's not it. But we need to be humble because Christ was humble. Christ didn't go around saying, "Look who I am. I'm the best that ever been. You follow me because I'm saying." No, he went and did. He listened to people. The book, Jesus in the Home, go Google it, buy it right now on Amazon or whatever good books are sold, and get to study the book, not just to read, but highlight when Jesus speaks, how he speaks, how many minutes he spends listening until he's able to speak. And when he does so, he speaks with humility, with authority of Christ's Spirit, but with humility. He says, meditate while constructing and pray while serving. That allows us to be mindful. I'm here today. I'm listening to this program. I am now eating. I am now taking care of my body. Now I'm reading. Now I'm taking care of my family. Now I'm going to work. And then when we're serving, because everything should be service. When I go to work, no matter what I do, as long as it's legal and moral, I should be serving those around me. I should not be there to be served. I should go with an attitude, I'm here to serve. God gave me this opportunity. These brothers and sisters are united with me in this goal, in this company, and we are put together for a reason, perhaps because we have ties from the past. We won't know, but it doesn't matter because what matters is what I choose to do today towards those who are around me. So pray while serving. And then that also allows us to connect with the vibratory wavelength of the good spirits, where we're constantly saying, God, please allow me to be your instrument. And then the words will come to you, the ideas will come to you, always be towards the good of all, not just our own selfish um, needs, because we are humans after all. Trust in the eternal love and fulfill your daily obligations that He assigned to you. So, 10, last but not least, what obligations are you facing right now? Ask yourself, where am I? Am I where I was born? Did I move? What kind of family members are around me? Do I have children? Do I serve others? What kind of job I'm led to do? What kind of talents do I have? What obligations? The obligations God gave us are right next to us. And that includes our loved ones, the first and foremost, and then the community, and then the work, and then serving one another as brothers and sisters in humanity. The humanity that to you and I is visible, but also the humanity that is invisible, and the humanity that is not only on the Earth's colonies, but also elsewhere in the universe. We are all connected through our thoughts, our vibrations, our actions, and of course, for by the everlasting creative force that is God in our lives. Dear friends, this was 10 commandments for self-improvement to leads towards the end of this month, going into the next month. If you're watching this on demand, welcome. If you're watching this live, welcome. It's always a pleasure to be here with you every week, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And it's a blessing, and I hope that God will grant us the opportunity to be together again next week. But until then, stay well, stay safe. God willing, I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.